made a film adaptation of the wildly popular horror game called Five Nights at Freddy's. Remember that? Been a minute. But the movie is finally coming out. And we're going to do a sneak preview of it next Wednesday, the 25th, out at Cinemark Valley View. It's going to be in theaters everywhere a couple of days later, the 27th. It's also going to stream on Peacock. But if you want to see the big screen version, Five Nights at Freddy's next Wednesday out Valley View. Couple of passes here if you are caller 10. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
Let's not pretend any of this makes sense.
I don't understand any of this.
It's the Alan Cox Show
On the Buzzard.
WMMS.
Telephone, something ain't right.
35192 if you want to send a text. Bridget Linton from the Browns is sitting in for Mary today. So far, we've covered a lot of ground. Getting vomited on at shows. And the feedback has been great from people. They're happy to hear somebody other than us dummies.
You know, I don't know
here,
if
so
you're
that's
lying to me
good.
or not, but I'll take your word for it. I'm having a lot of fun with you guys.
Yeah, I don't have a reason to lie to you.
Oh, great.
But anywho, that's that whole thing. This thing that you sent me, Bill, is this a piece of video, the dating, or you just need the audio for this?
You can just do the audio for it. I mean, the video, if you want to
This
play
kind of
it.
came off, this is kind of related to a couple of days ago. We were talking about this woman who had been asked out by a guy for drinks in Atlanta, and she proceeded to order 48 oysters and had a bunch of
It
drinks.
was on the night that they were on special, so
Yes.
you got to give her that credit.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But it went viral because the guy split and left her with the bill.
Yeah.
And so here's another couple. You think this is real?
I mean, it's still an interesting topic whether or not it's real. Also, the steak that he's eating looks
Oh, Jesus.
Dastardly.
It's like, it's nuked, this
Yeah.
guy. So it looks like
he's eating
they're
with like a plastic fork.
Yeah, it's in like a styrofoam clamshell,
Yeah.
and he's eating it with plasticware. But the thing is that he is not going to pay for her food, and she's understandably upset.
In this situation.
And don't pay for my food.
Really?
By the way, this is why I'm not afraid of AI. They can't improve the goddamn the closed caption voice on Instagram. That voice. What would you do?
Right.
That's that stand right.
But people like that.
They do.
Yeah,
That
unfortunately,
standard voice.
the Gen Zers love that.
They do. Yeah, but
Yeah.
just because it's terrible, right? It's like,
I guess.
whatever. All right.
Pay for my food.
Really? You put the phone out?
Yeah, I put my phone out.
This steak is so good. That's cool.
If you invite somebody, don't y'all expect them to pay for your food? You
Baby,
invited me here.
Don't you expect it? Like, I don't pay for women if I can't touch them. Y'all look like y'all think because you pretty, I'm supposed to be just cashing my money.
Oh.
I don't pay for a woman's food unless I can touch her. All right.
The point of the date is to get to know each other.
Well, you didn't know each other. I'm gonna eat, you pay for your food, I pay for my own food, right?
That wasn't part of the When you invited me on a date, I expected you to pay. I don't have any money, and I told you that. And you still gonna sit here and eat in front of me?
Why would you come to a date with no money?
I thought you was gonna pay. You invited me. I didn't make plans. You made the plans. You made the plans. You should have the money.
No, you said we should go out to eat. I said, okay, cool.
No.
We're going out to eat.
No. But who slid in who DMs?
That's fine.
You wanted me. Am I wrong? Am I right or am I wrong?
I'm just tired of these broke trying to use.
Nah,
I understand you. I'm saying these broke are trying to use their money.
He's tired of broke hoes.
Yeah.
Trying to use him for his money.
Me too.
But what money? The guy's eating a, super well-done steak off of a styrofoam plate.
Hey,
I think it's like the top of a takeout. Like it's like the plastic top.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
tore a clamshell in
Yeah.
half.
Ugh.
Listen, okay, just very quickly so we can kind of bring this all the way back around here. Bridget, you have a boyfriend, husband, anything like that?
No.
Right? You're a single girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, because I think this is also in your Instagram bio, that you also live by the mantra, hey, I don't pay for a guy's food unless I can touch him. Right?
I'm like, listen, where are you getting all this information about
Some
me?
knees under the table.
Listen, okay, so hearing this story, which this is the first I've heard of it, just listening to you guys right now, whoever does the asking out, I feel like should pay.
I feel that too.
So if he slid into her DMs and said, I would love to take you out, then yes, he should be paying for her meal. He can't be coming out here and saying, I'm tired of broke. What do you call her? Broke?
He called her broke ass hoe.
Yeah. I mean, he can't be saying that when he's the one that asked her out. It'd be one thing if she was the one shooting her shot.
That's why I was looking at this with kind of a cocked eyebrow, because it feels like they're just pushing it out there for content. But
Which is
not to say there aren't dudes exactly like that.
Right.
That are like, I got to at least be able to touch your ankle or something.
I will say, even the straight guy I went on a date with that turned out to be a pyramid scheme. He still paid for the date.
Wait, the guy was a whole pyramid scheme. Very quickly, tell Bridget the story.
Okay,
Because
so
we've heard it, but it's a good story.
this guy went to the University of Akron. I think he transferred, though. I think he goes. I think he ended up transferring to OSU. But at the time, I was in college, and he was selling Herbalife or something like that.
Herbalife, yeah.
And he hit me up on Instagram, was like, hey, I would love to, sit down and have dinner with you. Now, again, I should have known better because he was really hot, really straight, like looking. He had a little bit of a tan, but I was like, okay, sure. So we go to Spaghetti Warehouse. You know where that is?
Oh, yeah, of course.
This, right off campus. And they take zip cards. So I was like, ooh, I get my meal plan.
Money was no object on this date.
So I'm sitting there talking to him, and he's like, so what do you do for work, man? And I'm like, oh, I know he's not about to pull out like a pamphlet. He did.
No, nothing worse.
And then I was like, oh, wow, I got duped. So I have to listen to his whole spiel. And I'm like, oh, well, at least they
like a Jehovah's Witness taking you to dinner.
I was like, at least I got some off-campus dollars. And he still paid for the day. I was like, okay, so he wasted my time. But what a gentleman, you know?
I don't think that was time wasted. You got to have a nice dinner with a nice-looking man.
Don't they have didn't they have like a $5 Tuesday or something like that?
Wednesday was the day.
$5 Wednesday at Spaghetti Warehouse.
And they hate it. Not to shame them or anything like that, but I could tell that the waiters were like stretched to the end of like when all the college students would come in because the food was just so cheap and it would be flooded with all the college students. But hey,
and you got bread and a salad and soup. I mean, they gave you a lot of food.
Unlimited.
They still have that in Akron, don't they?
Yes, it's a staple.
There's not one here, but wow.
Downtown Akron, a.k.a. Rowdy, Northside Summit County.
Spaghetti Warehouse ain't going nowhere.
So it's all college kids who are looking for like cheap spaghetti night.
I mean, I don't know if it was all college kids.
There's plenty of people
when
that
he was around, he loved it too. My whole family would go.
Yeah, when you have kids and you can feed everybody for $5, why not?
The Spaghetti Warehouse. I've never been to one. When I lived in Pittsburgh, there was one, but it closed like a year after I got there.
They used to do comedy contests there, this is when I first started in the first couple of years that I started, and lost both times I was in it. But it was fun. It was it would get packed out it was like a Tuesday night, and people would show up for this comedy contest, and it started in the side room, and then the finals were in the whole place.
What an interesting place to do.
It was a weird place to do comedy. It was because we were standing by the train.
Yeah. Well, on behalf of everyone from the 330, I'm very sorry that you lost.
That's all right. I've lost a lot of things. That's perennially what I do is lose.
Oh, see, so I read your bios before I came on the show, and it seems like you guys are
instructive.
very successful and award-winning.
You don't put the losing stuff in there.
Yeah.
Bill, that is so true.
Alan had no choice but to come to WMMS. And
I remember talking to someone, and they were like, I mean, has anything bad happened to you? I'm like, what you're saying on social media is my highlight reel. You think I'm going to post when I'm like losing or
tripping over something.
Or tripping over my words or
it's a sizzle reel, baby.
Yeah.
There are literally 6 Spaghetti Warehouses left, and 4 of them are in Ohio.
That makes sense.
Where are the other ones?
Dayton, Akron, Toledo, Houston, Texas, Syracuse, and coming soon to Columbus.
Oh,
interesting.
They're like putting one up, which just sounds like
they had their down years, but now they're going to get that one in Columbus. Before you know it, there's going to be one in Cincinnati because people in Cincinnati are probably sick of spaghetti with Skyline chili on it. They're like, well, what about a nice red sauce rather than this cinnamon chili crap?
They still had Skyline chili when we were in Louisville, Kentucky. They had they're brick and mortar, because I guess it's close enough to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Even though it's 90 minutes south.
No, I mean,
still a big deal.
I mean, until a couple of years, I think there's that one in Stowe still, but there was that one in Brooklyn for a while.
Really?
Yeah.
Update, people are telling me the Spaghetti Warehouse in Houston was destroyed in Hurricane Harvey.
Oh.
But they are
sad.
rebuilding it because the H-Town's love for cheap spaghetti cannot be destroyed.
Dude,
Hurricane Harvey might have destroyed the building. It did not destroy their love.
I wonder what made them land on warehouse. Like,
It's not a word that evokes like hunger,
you got
right?
You got the Cheesecake Factory, and then the Spaghetti Warehouse. Like, where do you want to go eat? I don't know. You know any good warehouses? Yeah, there's a bread warehouse, and then like, well, no, I'm an Italian warehouse.
Hey, you want to go to the sushi storage unit tonight? That sounds delicious. Oh, yeah, the Cheesecake Factory, because that menu is like the size of a Bible. So they're creating and manufacturing so many dishes there.
That is never, I think, a good sign for a restaurant is
a huge menu.
A huge menu. I was just watching the season premiere of Kitchen Nightmares, and it was a diner that used to be right by my apartment when I lived in New York City. And it's called the Bel Air Diner, and I've been there a handful of times, 15, 16 years ago when I lived there. And what a disgusting place.
Oh.
Yeah, like that.
Not great.
Yeah, luckily I just got like the breakfast stuff, which seemed like the freshest stuff there. But when they went through their prep area and stuff like that, so gross. And Gordon Ramsay went in there and whipped them into shape. I just want the episode where he can't fix it, where he goes, there's nothing I can do.
I give up.
They won't air that one. Again, it's a highlight reel.
Yeah, I know, but give me it. I want it. I want it, Gordon.
Yeah, but they save those for a whole other like special, like a 2-hour. These are the restaurants that broke Gordon Ramsay. Yeah. Right. Because now they're trying to rebrand him as like a nice dude. I think he's got some new show. They're like the softer side of Gordon Ramsay or whatever. And I don't know enough about the guy. My sister worked for him when she lived in L.A. for a very brief period of time, and she said he couldn't have been sweeter. But the Taco Warehouse in El Paso is delicious.
Oh, I would be into that. I love tacos.
I'll take tacos in any structure. Any building. I don't care if it's a warehouse, a factory. I don't care. Taco factory.
Anything.
A bell. Yeah. Put a bunch of fill a bell with tacos, and I will eat that.
I wish Taco Bell would go back to the old building style, though.
I know.
The hacienda-looking thing.
Yeah, that was. You felt like you were actually getting Mexican food when you went there. Now they're just all blocky and this is not the same. I want that old color scheme and everything.
Yeah.
People are telling me that the Spaghetti Warehouse in Columbus, the reason it's opening soon is because it had been destroyed by fire. Could there be someone going around and destroying spaghetti warehouses, right?
Probably someone from the Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
They're like, they're cutting into our business.
This is corporate espionage. Yeah. That rises to a whole new level.
They're cutting it into the pasta page of the Cheesecake Factory.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or Olive Garden, maybe. They're like, we got endless pasta.
Listen, you'll recall not long ago, I pitched the Alan Cox Beefsteak Dungeon.
Oh, yeah.
And, I didn't get a lot of investors. The ones I had pulled out.
Now, does Spaghetti Factory or Spaghetti Warehouse have a similar slogan to, like, Olive Garden? It's when you're here, your family. At the Spaghetti Warehouse is when you're here, you're on the clock. Like, you're part of the Spaghetti Union.
That's a great. They should have a slogan if they don't have one.
Right.
It's when you're here, you're part of the problem. Is their slogan. Hey, Brian.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up?
So I'm in Akron, and we used to frequent the Spaghetti Warehouse in Akron.
Oh, good for you!
A couple months. But the last time we all went, we hadn't been there for a while, and there was a big group of us, eight or so, and we go in there, and it took forever to get seated. We finally get seated, we order, dinner comes out, and then as soon as we all leave, everybody starts to get the bubble guts. We get home, and everybody was just on the toilet, like every single person that ate anything. It was just like, oh. Yeah, it was rough, and we're all like, yeah, we're not going back.
Yeah, dude, you ate spaghetti in a warehouse. What'd you expect?
Yeah. They scooped it off the floor and they put it on a plate. That's no good. Oh, I thought you were going to get it out of a pot. He goes, no, just whatever we spill, we get a squeegee and we put it on your, yeah. I'll tell you
marble room. You're going there. It's warehouse-style food.
Yeah. I'm fascinated. And so it's probably safe to say, Brian, you never went back.
Yeah, no, that was just before summer, and yeah, we haven't gone back.
I notice food is the one area where people don't apply the 3 strikes and you're out rule, right? For everything else, if you get food poisoning, you never go back there. I'm always fascinated by people who go, well, maybe they had an off night. Maybe it was something else I ate, and they go, I'll give them another chance. If I go to a place that makes me sick, I'm never going there again.
There's a reason why.
I will take the long way home to not even look at the building. I'll go around it.
I'm a little bit different there. Yeah. Like, if I go someplace that I know is going to make me sick, but the food's so good, it's just part of the problem.
It's worth the diarrhea.
Sometimes it's worth the diarrhea.
I'm sure that's probably why a lot of their spaghetti warehouses are like by colleges, because our stomachs are so resilient. The stuff that we were cramming into our stomachs at that time in our life, I mean, alcohol and then whatever, our mess hall or dining hall was serving, like all the stuff was probably diarrhea inducing. But
do you guys talk about throw up and diarrhea this much all the time?
Yeah,
or is this
just like when we have a special guest.
Oh, great. Okay, I just wanted to confirm that.
Do you not?
Usually I haven't talked about it this much.
Just when we have a media peer that we want to impress.
Yeah. You're like, throw up, diarrhea, all of it. We're just going to make the whole show about it.
That doesn't come up at Browns games?
Hasn't yet.
I mean, people are throwing up there.
I hope it's not lost on you, though, that these topics were brought up by callers. Not by us, right?
So we just roll with the punches.
That's
right. We're blaming the listeners, the viewers,
that's right.
The fans.
Roll with the punches. Yeah. You know how you'll get punched sometimes and you'll vomit? Just roll with those punches.
That's what boxing coaches, like in Rocky, he's like, roll, Rock, roll.
Yeah. No, listen, do we, that's why I kind of, we had a little conversation off air before the top of the show. I was like, hey, there's some things that we might get into that you might not want to participate in, right? And so sometimes the audience knows who we are.
Right.
And they know what itches they can scratch with us. And am I to blame for a guy getting sick at the spaghetti warehouse? No, I am not. I'll tell you where people never got sick, and it's really a badge of honor, was the Checkered Tablecloth Pizzatorium. Do you remember that, Bill?
Yeah.
Bill and I, many, many years ago, were business partners in a chain of local restaurants, and it was Papa Giuseppe's Checkered Tablecloth Pizzatorium. And what really killed our business is we made the fatal mistake of opening 2 locations right next door to each other.
I thought it was 3.
And it was 3. It was supposed to be 3. That's why we had that opening soon right next door thing for so long. And people complained about the advertising, but I thought it was great.
You keep popping off wise. I'm fitting to go upside your head with a baseball bat. Hey, it's Papa Giuseppe's Checkered Tablecloth Pizzatorium.
So, again, we figured that opening 2 locations next door, because if the line was too long at one, they go to the other one.
I can't tell if you guys are messing with me or this was a real thing that happened in a true business plan.
Hey, don't forget the balls! Meatballs! Hey, it's Papa Giuseppe's Checkered Tablecloth Pizzatorium. Shut up!
Yeah, so the marketing was kind of, but we were carving out a niche for ourselves. Right. And
I liked that.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's in your face.
It's very memorable.
Yeah.
But the whole, let's put 2 locations right next to each other, that's where I feel like this story's not seeming real anymore.
It really proved to be, it was a real stake in the heart.
We thought we had an out-of-the-box idea, and it just didn't work.
What's the secret to our delicious pizza? Simple. It's just microwaved Lunchables. Papa Giuseppe's Checkered Tablecloth Pizzatorium.
I mean, we worked for a year and a half on the name alone. I don't know what went wrong.
Papa Giuseppe's Checkered Tablecloth Pizzatorium. You're gonna get stuffed. I guarantee it.
Right. So listen,
And who's the voice of that? Very impressive.
Papa Giuseppe. We got Papa Giuseppe. That's right.
Not Junior. We got the OG.
So people are texting me, oh, Alan, Bridget's too good now for throw up and diarrhea.
Listen, I've actually participated in these conversations about throw up and diarrhea. I was just curious if this was a regular bit on the show.
It is not.
Okay.
Nope.
I'm the special guest.
It just happened to come up.
Great.
But since Kiss is Sunday, maybe it is worth bringing up that Paul Stanley has some roots in Cleveland. Do we still have those?
Oh, yeah. Paul Stanley from Kiss. He's worked a bunch of things before. He was did you ever see him on the local news? He was a weatherman, I think, for a while.
From the Weather Center, meteorologist Paul Stanley.
I mean, he did work as a waiter, didn't he?
He worked as a waiter.
Was it at the Spaghetti Warehouse?
No, I believe it was Applebee's, and I think he also drove an RTA bus.
Stanley as an Applebee's waiter.
Right.
Hello, my name is Paul Stanley. I'll be taking care of y'all tonight.
Now, this is only funny if you know who Paul Stanley and Kiss are, and you might not, in which case it'll be completely lost. Nevertheless, trust me, I got to go to break here. It's friggin' hilarious. I've got another $1,000 for you. If you want to follow Bridget, by the way, on Instagram, it's Bridget_Linton. 8.
8.
The number 8. Lucky number 8. Another $1,000 for you, 330. Listen for that keyword to grab a grand from the Buzzard bookie. I'll have Nate Bargatze tickets for you. He's going to be hosting SNL in about a week. He's coming back to Playhouse Square, so if you dig him, I'll get those set up for you. Coming back.
This is the Alan Cox Show. Everywhere on our free iHeartRadio app.